Hello and welcome back to yet again another episode of the Small Town RP right out here in SnowRunner. Now, you join us at the gas station early this morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and we're actually on our way to a bigger job. We're in the same 6.0 that we are borrowing from a friend, although I will say I have one of my personal trucks back from Red Lawn being shipped out over here because I really wanted to stop needing to borrow my friend's truck. We have the trailer hooked up, we got the skid steer on it, and we're going out to a farm, a local farm that needs some stuff cleared in and around their barn and their farmhouse. So we've got this thing filled up with diesel, we've got the skid steer filled up with diesel as well. We're gonna go on and fire this thing up and get on our way out to that local farm. I will say, this thing has pretty much never let me down. It has always started, it has always worked, it has always done pretty much everything I've ever wanted or needed it to do, and it's been rock solid. Although I will say, my friend did have it gone through and completely bulletproofed and all that good stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way on down the highway, take the next exit, flip around, and come all the way back down. And honestly, I genuinely wish that there was a better way to come back to this exit rather than having to go all the way down to the previous exit, turn around, like take the exit, go over the bridge, go back down, go all the way back down the highway. Y'all know the drill. Y'all get it. But we're here, we're back at the exit that we need to be at, and it's just a few country roads away, and then we get to roll up to this farm. So let's make sure nobody's coming. And let's be out on our way. Now, also, just to go ahead and clarify, as I do in all of these RP videos, all of the mods that I am using and information about all of them in regards to PC status versus console status versus availability versus, free mods, paid mods, all that good stuff, all of that info is always available in the description box of these RP episodes, just in case any of y'all are curious, because I know a lot of y'all ask in the comments down below, like, where is this mod available? Where do I get this mod? Is this mod only on PC, or is it on consoles as well? Again, all of the info that you need in terms of all of that stuff is listed in the description box of all of these RP episode videos. There's that property with all of the sketchy barrels that we worked at not too long ago. All right, so we need to go ahead and take this left down the dirt road right here. And then after we go, it's about like a half mile down this dirt road, there's going to be a dirt driveway, dirt/gravel driveway, on the left-hand side. So we're essentially going to make this left and then another left, and then that should take us down a long driveway to get us to the farm. So once we get to the farm, we're going to have to kind of survey around a little bit and see how much work we are actually working with, because then we obviously got to figure out how much we're going to charge for it. I have a basic kind of number in my mind, a basic estimate based on what we talked about over the phone. But at the same time, it's always worth it to go ahead and get down there and then figure out the final numbers once you actually get there. And then, of course, the final numbers once it's done. All right, so here's the farm where we're going to be doing some work. It definitely looks like stuff has had time to kind of grow up in the fields a little bit, and also maybe even start to intrude upon the yard. So I can definitely see where they would want to kind of clear out around the backyard a little bit. But they also said that they wanted to do some stuff around the barn, and I think that field with all of the pumpkins in it is kind of starting to get a little bit, I don't know, old, almost, like, it's kind of starting to get a little bit sort of gunked up, and that, I think they wanted cleared as well. So, first things first, we're going to go ahead and unpack the Bobcat, stop this thing's engine, and let's go and get the skid steer off the trailer. All right, back it up. Here we go. Whoa, easy. Burying it in the ground. All right. Spin it around. And then bring the bucket back down. I love this little thing. This little thing's great. It's so much fun to drive. It's actually like a really neat little rig. So let's go around back and take a look at the field behind the barn. They also have an international scout out here that looks like it has definitely seen better days. And when I say it's definitely seen better days, it looks like it's seen much better days. Okay, so it looks like they want this cleared out, and it looks like it's kind of like a mixture of pumpkins and grass and weeds, and we're gonna do what we can. That's going to be, I think, the goal of this one. So let me put this bucket in sort of a scraping position. Almost there. That's not too bad. Thereabouts should be okay. Now, let's see. Really? Okay. Let's see what we can do. All right. Well, these pumpkins certainly clear out pretty quick. And, all right, there's the fence. So this area is not actually fenced in. Yeah, this area is not actually fenced in, but they still want the majority of it actually dealt with. So, now that we're rolling, let's try to keep it in auto now that we're rolling. I find that this thing is hard to keep going, like, you know, dead ahead when it's in low. But, like, or sorry, when it's in, it's hard to get it moving off of a dead stop in auto. But if you put it in low plus, it gets going off of a dead stop better. But then once you're moving, it's better to go ahead and put it in auto once you're actually, like, rolling. So let's kind of set a little bit of a perimeter for ourselves. That's the biggest thing. I know we've kind of gone off of the sort of, like, shape of this little field, but it's not, like, a perfect rectangle, that's for sure. It's definitely a little bit more than that. Let's see if we can clear these out in the meantime. Hopefully these don't get caught in the bucket. Oh, that one did. Yep, that one got caught in the bucket, and it actually pushed us offline. All right, let me bring us around this way once again. Boom. Kind of. Can I have a go? Thank you. Can I have motion? Can I have movement? Please and thank you. All right. So put it back into low plus, because I think we could pretty much just start rolling at this point. Like, it seems fairly direct. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what needs to be done here. Uh-oh. Some weird crap going on back there with the 3D objects. We're literally about to have a skid steer bucket full of pumpkins. Like, or rather, pumpkin bits. Come on. I wonder what this is going to look like when we're done. Like, is it going to just look like a mess, or is it actually going to look like we did something? Like, I'm actually kind of curious to see, because I feel like it's either going to look like a complete and total just bomb went off, or it's going to look like, oh, wow, you know, that's a work in progress, but someone's, you know, doing something back there, putting in some effort. Pay no attention to that. That's not related to what we're doing here whatsoever. Not sure why it's doing that. I love SnowRunner. SnowRunner is a perfect game with no technical issues whatsoever. So anyway, off we go. The sun is definitely coming out. Oh, we've ramped up the pace a little bit. Oh, God. You put this thing into automatic mode, and it definitely ramps it up on you. Oh, geez. I wonder what this looks like. Oh, my God. Just completely taking out all of those pumpkins. Jeez, that's, you know, that's one for the work photo album right there. That's for sure. All right. We've got a few more of these to take out, although I'm trying to kind of knock down these shrubs, and I'm starting to think that it's not going to be possible to knock down the shrubs, and I should probably just focus on the pumpkins. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Just a little bit more. Little bit more. Yeah, I feel like if we focus on the pumpkins, we'll have a much better chance of actually getting something done here, rather than, you know, trying to... Oh my God, that one went flying! But if we focus on just the, like, the shrubs and stuff like that, like the bigger stuff, it's gonna just keep, well, regrowing, and it's not really gonna work out for us. So we're just gonna clear the pumpkins out, and I feel like we've kind of, all we've done is just make a huge mess. But, you know, sometimes that's what happens. It's fine. We'll call our buddy to come clean up, you know, the mess that we made. But not after we charge this farm owner. This is going so well. I love how we started all serious, and then now we've completely gone off the rails with it. Look at the mess we made back here. Complete and total mess. Absolute just pumpkin carnage back here. I didn't really think that this is where this was going to end up, but it has. And you know what? I feel like I can't even, like, I can't even feel bad because, you know, there was always that thought in my brain of, like, it's just gonna end up being total pumpkin carnage by the time you're done. And I think I was correct because, well, that's definitely a thing. Yeah, I wonder, yo, actually, hold on now. Oh, okay. Come on. Okay. So we've got some pumpkins in our actual bucket. So let me try going around front again. Now, let me actually also bump that down a little bit so we're not, like, swinging it around super high in the air. Because when you swing that bucket around super high in the air, it always tends to create other issues, mainly balancing issues that I would really like to avoid. Oh, they disappeared. I wanted to see how far they would go before they disappeared. I was like, really? They disappeared that quickly? Okay. Like, I was really hoping they would last for a little longer. All right, now we also need to do a little bit of clearing out behind this house, and once we do that, that'll pretty much be the job. Now, let's see. The backyard itself looks okay, although I think they wanted kind of in and around these trees cleared a little bit. So we're going to return this bucket to a little bit more of like a scraping type position. And let's kind of just start going to town back here and see what's willing to come out of the ground and what isn't. Because I know that there's going to be some stuff that is not willing to come out of the ground and other stuff that will be. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, God. That little pine tree does not want to play ball. That pine tree is like, holy, wow, that pine tree is like, that pine tree must be made of like, like the world's springiest rubber bands or something. All right, let's see if we can take these out. Nearly. I mean, okay, some of it is coming down. Some of it is actually coming down a little bit better than I thought it was going to. Other parts of it, though, are kind of being a little bit sketch. They're kind of being a little bit like, you know, like, I don't want to move. Like, this, for example, is like, I'm not moving. And I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? Just a little bit more. Oh, see, that one came out of the ground, no problem. What about this one? What about... Well, it eventually fell over, but not without a lot of back and forth with the machine. Like, it literally acted like it was going to flip upside down and just take me out. Those little ferns have no problem coming out of the ground, but it's like the rest of this stuff can get super sketchy real quick. Boom. Oh, dude, that went so well. See, that actually legit came out of the ground. Okay. And so did that. So I feel like we're kind of in a little bit more of a rhythm now, at least, and it kind of works. So off you go. And then once we clear most of these out, they're going to have a lot more usable property to kind of play with. That fern is hovering. Okie dokie. Now, they didn't tell me exactly what they plan on putting back here once it was all cleared, but at the same time, they're definitely going to have a lot more usable backyard. I mean, that's for sure. If that's what they wanted, that's definitely what they're going to have once this is done being cleared out. And we already have a good bit of it cleared. I'm just trying to think to myself how much more we want to do. I know I want to do this last little bit over here, and then that'll probably be that. Let's see if we can... get you and get you. And then, oh, I don't know where that came from, but all right. So it seems like almost everything that's gonna come out of the ground has come out of the ground. And now it's about time we return this thing to the trailer and head on out of here. Now, this was definitely one of the more interesting jobs we've done lately because it was like, not only did they want a yard section cleared behind the house, but they also wanted a field cleared, which is a little bit different than the stuff that we normally do, but I'm not against it. I'm definitely not opposed to doing more of that in the future. Let's go ahead and creep our way up onto the trailer, and then now we should be just about set to go, and ease it on forward. Come on. There we go. Bring the bucket down, bring it up, and I'm just gonna level it. Yep, there we go. Just gonna level it out and swap on over. Pack it up, and that should be just about exactly where we need to be. So let me back this thing up and ease it around to the door. We're not putting it in their barn. We're just using that as our basis from which to turn around. All right, job done. Yep, looks like it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and calculate all of the numbers for this and make sure that we actually, bill the right amount for that much cleanup. But with that being said and done, let's go ahead and head on out. And of course, if y'all enjoyed this RP episode, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.